Hello everyone. Welcome back to the next training session of SHL's technical support team. Today's content we want to introduce to everyone about grease. The presentation consists of the following parts. The first, about definition of grease. The second is composition. The third is structure. The fourth is properties. And the last part is applications of grease. First, let's learn about definition. Lubricating greases can be defined as solid to semi-fluid products of the dispersion of a thickening agent in a liquid lubricant. They usually contain additional compounds to impart special properties, and usually the thickening agent is a metal soap. Lubricating grease consists of three components, which are base oil, thickener and additives. Base oil, also known as dispersion medium, accounts from 70 to 90%. The thickener is also known as dispersed phase, accounts from 10 to 25% dispersed phase. Additives accounts from 5 to 10%. The base oil and additive package are the major components in grease formulations, and as such, exert considerable influence on the behavior of the grease. The thickener is often referred to as a sponge that holds the lubricant, base oil plus additives. By adding the proper grease to your maintenance routine, you guarantee your facility is operating at peak performance. First, let's learn about dispersion medium, base oil. The base oil is the main component responsible for the lubricating function, so the quality of the grease depends very much on the quality of the component base oil. Base oil can be mineral oil, synthetic base oil or vegetable base oil. Beside that, most greases produced today use mineral oil as their fluid components. These mineral oil-based greases typically provide satisfactory performance in most industrial applications. In temperature extremes, low or high, a grease that utilizes a synthetic base oil will provide better stability. Vegetable oils are used as dispersion medium to meet the increasingly urgent requirements of environmental safety. Next, about additives. Additives are added to greases to enhance existing properties or create new ones. Be aware that adding more additives can lead to structural damage to the grease. The most commonly used additives in grease are antioxidant additives, rust inhibitor, extreme pressure, adhesive and metal surface passivation. Next, about disperse phase, thickener. Thickener maintains the colloidal state and limits the mobility of the base oil. Many properties of grease are determined based on the thickener. If the thickener is heat resistant, the grease can work at high temperatures. If the thickener is unaffected by water, the grease will have the same properties. Thickener can be classified into two main groups, which are soap and non-soap. The primary type of thickener used in current grease is metallic soap. These soaps include lithium, aluminum, clay, polyurea, sodium and calcium. Lately, complex thickener type greases are gaining popularity. They are being selected because of their high dropping points and excellent load carrying abilities. Complex greases are made by combining the conventional metallic soap with a complexing agent. The most widely used complex grease is lithium-based. These are made with a combination of conventional lithium soap and a low molecular weight organic acid as the complexing agent. Non-soap thickeners are also gaining popularity in special applications such as high-temperature environments. Next, let's learn about grease structure. The grease has a lattice structure made up of solid particles of the thickener, the oil being held in this network by van der Waals forces. Soap-based greases have a fibrous structure. For each type of grease, the size, shape, distribution and spatial orientation of soap fibers are very different. They can be ribbons, leaves, wands, needles. Next, we will learn about the properties of grease. Here, we will be interested in two properties, physiochemical properties and uses. First, important physiochemical properties of grease include thickness of grease, dropping temperature and effective viscosity. About usage properties, include mechanical strength, oxidation resistance, glue stability, water resistant properties, corrosion resistance. About NLGI grade. The National Lubricating Grease Institute, NLGI, has standardized a numerical scale for grease consistency based upon ASTM D217 worked penetration ranging from 000 for semi-fluid to 6 for block greases. The most common grease grade is NLGI2, representing a smooth, buttery consistency. It must be noted that grease consistency is related to thickener content and has no relationship to base oil viscosity. The last part, we will learn about the applications of grease. Grease and oil are not interchangeable. Grease is used when it is not practical or convenient to use oil. The lubricant choice for a specific application is determined by matching the machinery design and operating conditions with desired lubricant characteristics. Grease is generally used for 1. Machinery that runs intermittently or is in storage for an extended period of time. Because grease remains in place, a lubricating film can instantly form. 2. Machinery that is not easily accessible for frequent lubrication. High-quality greases can lubricate isolated or relatively inaccessible components for extended periods of time without frequent replenishing. 3. Machinery operating under extreme conditions such as high temperatures and pressures, shock loads or slow speed under heavy load. 4. Worn components. Grease maintains thicker films in clearances enlarged by wear and can extend the life of worn parts that were previously lubricated by oil. Some specific applications such as anti-friction bearing. Approximately 90% of bearings are lubricated with grease of 1, 2, 3, and are selected according to life, speed, operating temperature, bearing position, starting torque, and range of motion. The case of using grease for gears. Compared with gear oils, grease lubrication has the following advantages: good sealing, low leakage loss, good adhesion properties, especially in limited lubrication areas. Above is the entire content of grease section. Thank you everyone for listening. If you have any questions or concerns, you can contact the technical support team via the email below. Goodbye and see you again.